Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Jacksonville, Texas, in the historic Tomato Bowl for a bi-district matchup between the Garrison Bulldogs and the Leon Cougars. Hello, everyone. I'm Brett Swinney. Alongside of me is Jeremy Hubbard. Jeremy, how's it going?
Well, we're a little drier than everybody else, so it's going a little better than it is out there in the stands. But I tell you what, when it's the playoffs, you'll sit in anything as long as you get a win.
Yeah, there's some brave fans out there that have made the trips here. They've done a really good job here at the renovations here at the Tomato Bowl in Jacksonville. And this place will be playoff central for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. It's one of those places that it's kind of one of those in the middle of a lot of towns.
Yeah.
And it's pretty busy here.
You know, it's one of those places that coaching where I coach, it's always like, man, who could we play in the playoffs where we could play here? Because it's a place you want to play, right? I mean, it's a fun place. It's a historic place, and the renovations with the turf and the video board, their media crew does a great job. It's a fun place.
All right, well, tell us what we got tonight.
Man, I always say this. In the playoffs, you got to be able to run the football and stop the run. In Garrison, they can run it, and it starts with Amari and Raspberry. On the year, 104 carries, 1,332 yards. Listen to this, Brett. He averages 12.8 yards a carry. I would say that qualifies.
So every time he
as running the
touches
ball.
it, it's a first down.
Yeah, and he's not the only one either. J.D. Black, the other senior running back for them, 124 carries, 1,240 yards. He averages 10 yards a carry. He's got 15 on the ground. Raspberry has 20 on the ground. And it's, Leon's got their hands full with these two backs. I talked to some people today who agree with this or have said this, and I agree. This might be the best stable of running backs in the state of Texas. And that's, you're crossing classifications here just with what they can do. And we'll talk a lot about Raspberry tonight, but he's a freak athlete. Garrison's always known for running the football. Coach Alvarez does a great job, and he's shifted his offense over the last few years to make it to where they can run the ball more successfully, and they're doing it this year.
Well, and with the weather conditions tonight, running the ball is what you're going to want to do, and so that fits right to Garrison's game plan. Tell me about Leon.
Listen, they're a little more balanced. They are a little more balanced. They're not as run heavy. They've run for about 1,700 yards on the year. They've thrown for just over 1,000. At the quarterback spot, it starts with the senior Brock Bumpers. He's thrown for just over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. But here's what I like: only one interception on the year. And so good decision-making, especially now the weather tonight may affect that a little bit, but at least we know he makes good decisions. In the running situation for them, senior Gannon Wise has run for just over 500 yards. He's their leading rusher with 6 touchdowns. Cooper Stevens, a sophomore, a little over 400 yards and 6 touchdowns also. But Landon Thomas, the sophomore, they love to get this guy the football. He's run it 33 times for 300 yards. He's caught 41 passes and 5 touchdowns. So they've got some playmakers too. And they come in. I mean, a lot of people are going to say Garrison's big-time favorite in this one. You look at the numbers, maybe so. But you get in the playoffs, the weather is the ultimate equalizer.
What does our man Corey tell us? They're what's it, 0-0?
They're all 0-0, Corey says. I'm not sure that's true, but, I mean, I guess it is literally true, but not figuratively true. But it's a fun one tonight. And like I say, you got to stop the run. You got to be able to run. And I think that'll be the challenge for both teams tonight.
We're about ready to kick off here in Jacksonville. Set to kick off for Garrison is going to be number 12, J.T. Reagan, 5'10" freshman kicker.
You got to love when the away team wears the white jerseys with the silver numbers. That's always fun to try to read.
Yeah.
I know one of those return guys back there is Landon Thomas, who we talked about.
And it's going to be number 2, I believe, there. Thomas on the return, and he's hit immediately there right before he crosses the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Antonio Yarborough with a nice stop there. Wearing the number 0, that's new now. You can do that, and he did it proud there. Nice open field tackle. Tell you, man, special teams such a huge part of the playoffs.
So what about the number rule in basketball?
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I'm never going to buy jerseys for our basketball team like that. But
so no number 8 or number 9 on your team?
There won't be a number 9 on our team.
Oh, okay.
0 maybe. I like, whatever, but.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the first official to have to call number 28 or 50, 77. What's he going to do?
That's still so weird. You got, again, Brock Bumpers back to throw. Caught. Who'd you just talk about a second ago?
That's Thomas. You got to get him the football, and they did a good job there spreading them out. And Braden Davidson, a nice stop for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice little chunk of yards there. Gets about half of that first down.
And I love it when a quarterback is playing safety. Braden Davidson actually is playing linebacker. Davidson, the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs, also starting an inside linebacker and makes the play there in the open field.
So now we got about second down So maybe about 4 yards to go here.
And you got Wise back there with him. Wise, another one of their playmakers, but you see Thomas featured early on.
And Leon definitely going to spread around with 4 wide receivers and 1 tailback. And this time it's going to be handed off.
Yeah, it's Wise again.
And not much room there. He's going to gain maybe a yard or 2 there. But 3rd down and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, and you see, it looks like at least they're trying to slow the game down, take some time off the clock. The play clock was down to almost 10. A little faster here on 3rd and 2, trying to get them to jump.
And they middle movement, no flag. Bumper's going to throw deep. 2 men in coverage there. Tough throw. Lucky he wasn't intercepted. Good coverage there by number 13 of Garrison. That's Landon Petty.
And then also Briley Montgomery in there as well, looked like number 4. So it's interesting there. They were trying to get him to jump off sides, and I think a lot of teams do that, right? And they try to get him to jump and throw the deep ball, and it looks like that's, the center thought they came across. They didn't. It's kind of you hate to say it's a wasted play on 3rd and 2, but it is, because now you got to punt it away.
Especially you threw into too deep coverage there. So back to punt for Leon. Yeah, let's see what number that is.
I think it's Wise.
Is it 32? Yeah.
Oh, that's a good kick.
So going to punt it back with nobody back for Garrison. The ball's going to be dead at the 43-yard line. So Garrison will take over 1st and 10.
And it's Landon Thomas again. He picks up the punt.
Well, you're going to hear that these two-way schools, all these guys are going to be everywhere. They're going to be on offense, defense. They're going to punt.
I love it. Garrison's offensive line, man, they're pretty big. I'm seeing number 75, Jabraylon Jones, in there, 6'1", 280. That might have been before lunch a couple of days ago. I don't know. 59, Jesse Traxler in there at left guard. I see that's big number 65 over there, maybe. Slade Pollard, 63, 6'2", 315.
So Davison going to hand off. That's going to go to
That's Raspberry.
Raspberry, yeah. Good run there on 1st down.
Yeah, picks up 6. Inside run. I'm telling you, anytime you can line up and run the ball inside on somebody, it's disheartening to the defense.
That looked really easy there.
It did look easy.
They didn't really do a whole lot. Just hand it off to him, and he got 6 yards.
Also in there, but we're talking about the offensive line, right? Parker Perry, 6'2", 295. So when you got guys that look like that, makes it a little easier to run football.
Yeah, it does. Definitely does. You got 2 backs there in the backfield now. This time it's going to go to Black, and he's got a little room and going to pick up the 1st down. Nothing to it. It's going to be stopped at about the 39-yard line of Leon.
Big gain there. I thought I heard a whistle, actually, as the play got started, but I guess not. Nobody stopped.
They didn't stop anything, so play on, they said.
Clock continue to run, and I think that favors Leon the more the clock runs. Of course, the way they're running the football, we may be out of here in an hour and a half.
Yeah, it may not be much stoppage here. And Davison fakes the pitch,
That's
looking to
dangerous.
throw, and he's wide open. It's caught, and that's Christopher Shepard, and he's going to run in for the Garrison touchdown.
That's what makes it so dangerous, Brett. When you run the football the way they do, and everybody sells out to the run, and you can get somebody sneaking out like that, and he comes from that tight end position, and that's tough.
So 39-yard touchdown for Shepard from the quarterback, Davison.
And it's J.T. Reagan on it, come in to kick the point after.
Man, just like that. PAT up. Nice kick. It's good. With 9:13 left here in the 1st quarter play, Garrison leads 7-0 right here on NetSN. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
back here on NetSN as Garrison makes quick work of that. And they didn't put 7 on the board up there. I'm pretty sure that went through on the PAT, Jeremy.
Nobody's throwing a fit about it yet, so we'll see.
Ooh, and a nice tackle on the return. That's 0.
Yeah, it's Yarborough again.
Man, there's a reason why he's got that 0, I guess.
I'm going to take the point off the board until we fix it. I thought it went in too, Brett. We'll see.
I'm just used to seeing a lot of point afters going through that deep leg. I don't know I know you are too.
Yeah, there's some school a little bit north of here that has a pretty good kicker.
Yeah, he's not bad. Needs to be getting some offers somewhere.
He should be getting some offers. Recruit that man.
So Leon will get the ball on their second possession here. And first drive, they started out pretty good, and then Garrison held them and on that nice third down stop. So here we go. 1st and 10. That's going to be handed off on the end around to Carter Crawford. I'm sorry.
It's Cooper
Stevens.
Yeah.
I need to flip my roster so I don't do that.
So I think it's important here if you're Leon. This sounds crazy to say to some people, but don't panic here on the second drive of the game. You give up a touchdown. Stick to your game plan, which is take some time off the clock, shorten the game the best you can, and protect the football. We know the quarterback makes great decisions. Bumpers doesn't turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
But run the clock. Get the game moving. Shorten the game down. Give yourself a chance. But you can't panic just because it's you had to punt it and they scored.
It's way early in this game here. We're still at 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, so lots of time. So Bumpers is going to hand off again up the middle. Is that going to be Wise? Not sure there. Yep, it's going to be Wise on the carry. And they're back. I feel like deja vu, Jeremy. We're back to 3rd down and 2, exactly where they were last drive.
We'll see if it's what they try to go with here.
Last time they tried to draw them off, didn't work. They went deep anyway and got lucky it wasn't intercepted.
So we'll see here the play clock. They're gonna have to call. Well, let's see. It's down to 5.
They better do something here.
Yeah, they're gonna get it off just barely.
And they're gonna throw it right over here, and that's their man again, Thomas,
Yeah,
and
got the first down.
Got it, just enough.
And a good job of keeping his feet. That's man. And here's what I like what they're doing. They're spreading everybody out. You got to tackle Thomas one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
One of the hardest things to do for a defender, especially at the high school level, is make an open field tackle. So give yourself a chance. Especially
on someone so dynamic like Thomas.
Man, I'll say this. The Leon receivers are all tall and lanky. I mean, it's a good-looking group. We don't have height and weight for them, but, I mean,
they look the part at
they
receiver.
have the size advantage out there.
And it's intercepted by Raspberry, and he's going all the way, pick 6.
Yeah, it's Yarborough.
Oh, Yarborough, I'm sorry.
My man has made 2 great special teams plays and now makes a great defensive play. That's the problem there. I know what you're going to say. I jinxed him, okay? Whatever. But the problem with spreading everybody out and getting Thomas so far out there the way they have him is they're going to start jumping everything.
It was almost like he was in the playbook. He knew what was going to happen there.
Well, he acted like he knew, and he made a great play there.
Wow, Yarborough. And the PAT is up.
That was
and
good.
They signaled that one good. I saw it go through. And we'll see if they had the points of the board here. Did they just not do extra points here?
I know. I mean, that one was good. We know that one was good.
We saw it. We saw it go up. The signal from the ref. I don't know. It still says 12-0 here. We're sure it's at least 13-0 here on NSN. We'll be right back. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
So just like that, with 7:28 left here in the first quarter, Garrison is officially up 13-0. And that's going to be Stevens on the return for Leon. He's got a little room. Nice return. Crosses the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. So pretty good field position here. And I do think you did the announcer's jinx. I really do. You did it. Bumpers is going to come get you. You said, he protects the ball, only one interception all year long.
But here's the thing. I don't even want to blame him for that. I mean, that was obviously designed to go straight. I mean, it was quick. He caught it, quick throw. There wasn't a read.
So it was just Yarborough making a good play.
Yarborough, to jump that ball, there are not many defensive backs that are brave enough to go jump that one, because if he misses, it's 6 the other way, truthfully.
You don't want to leave your guy. And that's going to be a around the end to Thomas. And he ain't going anywhere there. He's going backwards. That bus is in reverse.
Yeah, and imagine this. Yarborough's in on the stop again. Also in there, number 2, I see Gatlin Holmes. Was it one of the linemen? 50. Who is it? 60. Sorry, they're turning the wrong way. 64. Oh, they're Alex Rambin, a sophomore in there. It looked like on the stop as well.
So that's going to bring up a second down and about 15 here for Leon.
They're still spreading it out. You got to stay try. Doesn't change. Can't panic still.
Luggers back to pass. Little screen play. Blown up.
Man, what a play.
Who was that?
Again.
Agent Zero.
Man. Antonio Yarborough.
Man.
Making the case for postseason player of the year already, and we're 6 minutes in the game.
He's been impressive tonight. He really has. Because if he don't make that tackle, there was a lot of green grass in front of them over there. It was a good drawn-up screen, but.
In Leon's offense, it's not designed to be able to make up ground from 3rd and 15. If you're playing behind the chains on that, really anybody, all right, let's be honest. Nobody's offense is designed to play behind the chains that much, but really the way they like to run the football, that's a challenge.
So throw caught by Stevens. Nice catch there across to the 40, maybe up to the 41-yard line, but still going to be quite a bit short of the first. We'll see what they do here, Jeremy. This is it's kind of an interesting spot.
Yeah, Briley Montgomery on the stop, and it's 4th and 5, and you're down by 2 scores.
This is, if you don't get this, you give Garrison the ball.
Yeah, it's scary. Leaving the offense out there is scary, but also,
I don't know.
The way they move the football.
This is a long one. This is 4th and 5 here. I don't know. It's a tough call here.
Well, they're going to go for it.
Well,
Empty backfield. That's tough.
Coach Thomas is going to go roll with his guys, and here we go. And dropped. Wasn't going to get it anyway, but there's a flag down far side.
Tell you, it wasn't a terrible play call.
No, but you got to run to the sticks, though. You can't stop short.
For sure.
I don't think you would have had it either way.
Curious to see what the penalty is.
We'll see here.
Going to wave it off.
Yep. So Garrison will get the ball 1st and 10. And short field for Garrison here.
So they're in a spot here. You got to make a stop defensively.
Yeah. So here we go. Davison under center. He's going to hand off.
There's that man again.
Oh, my goodness. It's Raspberry, and he pretty much does whatever he wants there. Gets it down to the 15-yard line there.
Good luck tackling Raspberry. I mentioned we're going to talk about this. He squats 605 pounds, Brett. If I had to look at 605 pounds, I'd be tired. He deadlifts 615. You're not going to tackle him low, and you're not going to tackle him.
So basically, I could get on your shoulders, and he could just carry us around. That's ridiculous. And another run up the middle. Didn't see who that was.
That's the quarterback, Davidson.
Okay, so Davidson on the keeper. So this is going to get about 2. So 2nd down and 8.
This is for sure not about me, Brett, but it's kind of full circle for me. I covered the Kirbyville Wildcats back in 2009 and 10.
Okay.
And Coach Brandon Alvarez of the Bulldogs, his dad, Jack, was the head coach at Kirbyville then, and he was known for this high-powered run game with guys like LaFrederick Ford and Berman Irvin and some of those guys. So it's flashback city for me to watch them doing a lot of the same stuff.
You're kind of dating yourself there.
I am, Brett, 100%. Thank you for bringing it up.
Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be an easy touchdown run.
Yep, J.D. Black.
Black with the 13-yard touchdown run there, and just like that, it's now 19-0 here early.
Man, and that's, I don't disagree with going for it on 4th down a minute ago. I thought it was the right play call. The receiver didn't hold on to it. May got the first down, maybe not. He was short of the sticks when he caught it. He had to make a play. But that's what you have to take those chances against Garrison because they're just so stinking good offensively, and they make it 20-0.
And PAT up is good with 3:54 left here in the first quarter. Garrison leads 20-0 right here on NetSN. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we're back on NetSN. A little squib kick here.
Man, you talking about trying to put the nail in the coffin in the first quarter. I think they got it back. Let's see. Nope, it is.
Ooh,
it is Leon football, but I tell you.
Wow. What a call there, man. Man.
I mean, it's
Is that like one to just take them and just.
Here's the thing about it if you're Garrison. Why not? So far in this game, you've stopped them when they've had the ball, and
They haven't moved it at all, really.
And they haven't been able to stop you. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Because if you go up 27-0 with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, I mean, they can get with Beckville and start figuring out where they're going to play in round 2.
There's no mercy rule, Jeremy, so this could be a long game.
Yeah, I was thinking about that a minute ago. Quarterback keeper.
Up the middle, that is Bumpers. And just to clarify, Jeremy's used to those TAPS rules, of the mercy rule. UIL, there's no mercy rule here.
Well, I've been blessed by that mercy rule a few times. But
you don't want to be on either end of it, really, but
no.
It is there for a reason,
And man, you hate to see a playoff game end like we're in the first quarter. I'm talking about ending, but you don't want to see a playoff game go like this for anybody. So hopefully they can figure out something here, make some adjustments, and get a stop.
Let's see what the Cougars can do here. Back to throw. They're finding their man Steven, but then he runs backwards with it, trying to make a play, and ends up maybe gaining a yard there. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 8.
Yeah, Landon Petty and Christian Clark doing a great job making a play. Here's the thing about this Garrison staff too, Brett, is Brandon Alvarez, the head coach, has been doing it for a while, but Richie Pinkert is a defensive coordinator. He's been a head coach for a long time. He's was head coach at Garrison even for a little while. So, you're talking about a staff that defensively, they got the offense figured out with the run game with Alvarez. Pinkert knows what he's doing on defense.
Well, they played a team called Timpson last week. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah.
They held those guys to 35.
They held that guy to 35.
Exactly. It's as impressive. And the scramble for Brookers, And he's going to get across the 45 about the –
Man, that's a bad spot.
I thought he crossed the 45.
Me
They're
too.
making it the 44.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
Mm.
So 4th and 5.
We're in the same spot again here.
I mean, if you go for it last time, you got to go for it this time.
Yeah.
And by the way, the rain is coming down harder, Brett. It is. You probably can't see on the camera, but it is a monsoon right now.
Yeah, Rob's out there under the canopy. He's doing a great job over there with our camera. But, yeah, you can see it in the lights here in the press box. It's coming down a lot.
I'm watching it hit the cement in the stands. Good grief.
Back to pass on 4th. He's going to throw. He's got a man. Oh, dropped. Thomas had it and just dropped it. That's what that rain comes into effect there.
And he's not wearing gloves, which is the right call. Kids wearing gloves in the rain, don't do it. Stop wearing gloves in the rain. It doesn't work. But, man, that's your go-to guy too, Brett.
Yep. And they had him. He was open. He had room to run and probably pick up 5-10 more yards at least there too. And so turnover on downs, and Garrison's got the ball again, and they're going to start in Cougar territory.
Yeah, and Yarborough's in the backfield now. The dude does everything.
Why not?
I need to find out if he drove the bus to the game.
He might. He probably is going to play quarterback some too. No?
Why not? Put him at center. No, he's done everything else.
Davison, pitch.
Oh, what a block. There he goes.
There he goes. And Black's tackled. Still picked up about 3 or 4 yards, though.
Yeah, nice stop there. Matthew Lim, sophomore linebacker for the Cougars, on the stop. Man, and the thing about Yarborough I love, Brett, he's 5'8", 165 pounds. And the dude is bringing the lumber when he makes blocks. That was a good block there on the end.
Yeah, it's still impressive when those little guys do it. They're not scared. And he's going to get the carry this time. He's going around into the right side. He's got a lot of room, a lot of green grass, and having some trouble getting caught there. And he's going to break 2 tackles, and he scores. Yarborough with his 2nd touchdown of the night, his first on offense. And Garrison now leads 26-0.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, he's only had 20 carries on the year. He averaged 8 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. Well, that right there might have been the most impressive run of the night.
41-yard touchdown run. Whew.
Unbelievable.
Man, oh, man.
That guy. I'm not saying he's my favorite player, but he's close.
He is impressive. Reagan in for the point after. Kick is up and good. So with 51 seconds left here in the first quarter of play, Garrison now leads 27-0. We'll be right back here on NSN. Don't go anywhere. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we're back on NSN. Garrison set to kick off, and it's going to be a touchback. So Leon will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Couple of score updates while we're waiting, Brett.
Let's
if you
do
don't
it.
mind there.
Go for it.
West Rusk is leading Redwater 13 to nothing. That one with about a minute left in the first quarter. Lindell's up on Vidor 14-7. Just under 3 minutes to play in that first quarter.
All right. So 2 East Texas teams on top early. And we'll see what Bumpers will do on this possession here. He's going to hand off. That's Wise. And he's got a little room. Maybe you got 3 on that one.
You know, I'm going to tell you this also. We're up 20. If I'm Garrison, it's 27-0. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. It's raining cats and dogs. My quarterback, Braden Davidson, is not playing defense anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just my opinion. You know.
Because, I mean, he's a big boy out there playing linebacker. He looks the part out there at linebacker.
And I only say that because he was slow to get up on that last play.
Look at the guy next to him, too.
Yeah.
He's like his partner linebacker is about half the size of Davidson.
I think it's number 10. That's the other. No, yeah, that's the other Yarborough.
Oh man, there's more than one.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Avery. He's 5'8", 160.
Oh man.
One's a sophomore. Antonio's a junior. This guy Avery's Yarborough's a sophomore. That's going to do it for the first quarter.
First quarter of play is over. Here in Jacksonville, Garrison up 27-0. We'll be right back for the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. Big Mike's Billiards, proud sponsor of NetSN. With 25 years experience in the pool table moving and service industry, Big Mike strives to ensure complete satisfaction. The quality and care he and his team put into every move and every service call is the highest standard of service in the industry. Big Mike sells and services some of the best pool tables available today. He is an expert at caring for and moving any type of billiard table, whether it is across the room or across the country. At Big Mike's Billiards, no pool table repair job is too big or too small. Whether your table needs new cushions, felt, or to be professionally aligned and leveled, Big Mike is the guy to trust. Call Big Mike's today at 903-842-4499. Back here on that SN for second quarter action as Leon starts with a pass over to the right side. That's Thomas, I think, again.
Well, keep feeding him, man. You got to get him back in there after, a rough last drive, a play that kind of got away from him.
Yep, but he's going to be stopped for about no gain there, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 5 again, Jeremy, and now they're at their 30-yard line. You going to feed Garrison another possession?
Yeah, I'm going to punt this one. I mean,
it'd be like, what is this? What was it the other day? The disrespect. Corey said, you go for it.
Man, it's not Madden is what he said. I
don't know. It's brave right here.
It is. But they've had the right play call a couple times.
Yeah. So back to pass. He's got a man open. Oh, it went through his hands. No. Thomas had the first down, and that's 2 that he's just let go through the hands.
Poor guy.
That's rough. He was there. Good throw by Bumpers. I mean, you do have precipitation coming down pretty steadily here, and can't say that I would have caught that either, but I mean, it's just tough break right there.
Well, there's no chance I would have. So my man, Leland Watley, coached at Brook Hill last year with us, and he knows the Garrison situation. Well, the Yarborough brothers, they're cousins with the Bussies.
Oh, well, okay.
That says a lot about it, actually.
All right.
Shout out to Coach Watley, him and his family watching at home. And
so that was probably a big rivalry than last week.
Probably so. A lot of people there. Man.
Toss.
That's a good job, that defense to stretch it out.
Yeah, that was who was that on the carry? That
was Raspberry that
Raspberry.
time.
Yeah, they stayed with it. Raspberry was looking for a hole and just never found it. Kept going outside. Got a really good spot, though.
Yeah.
Only 1 yard loss on that.
Yeah, I thought it was back here closer to the 35.
Ooh, man. Because I don't know that his form momentum stopped. He went backwards, it looked like to me, a couple times.
On his own.
Yeah. So here we go. Up the middle, handoff. Nice fake. That's going to be Black.
That's Yarborough.
No, it's Yarborough. He's still
the other Yarborough.
Oh,
Avery.
Oh, so they're really switching them out now. So we might have a Yarborough and Yarborough backfield here in a minute. They are switching these guys in and out.
Man, when you look at, I know that Black and Raspberry seniors, but you got the Yarboroughs back next year.
Hand off, Raspberry.
What a block.
Off the left side.
Man.
He's going to almost break through. He's going to be stopped around the 11-yard line.
Man, Gavin Pollard, one of the captains for the Bulldogs.
He saved.
Great block when he pulled across there. Then you had 56, Parker Perry over there. Man, just, when you run the ball as well as they do, the guys up front do a great job.
So when you only have, a few hundred kids in the high school and you got some big guys like that, I mean, that's pretty nice.
Well, if I'm the people of Garrison or any other small town, I just pick out a few guys early on, kind of the heavier ones when they're 7 or 8, and you start feeding them more. Why not?
Feed them. Here we go. It's Raspberry.
No, Yarbrough.
Yarbrough, I'm sorry.
Avery Yarbrough this time.
Hey, we got another Yarbrough in for the touchdown. Avery Yarbrough. They can just give it to anybody out here. Those big guys up front are just blocking.
I was looking real fast to see if there was another Yarbrough on the roster. There's not, so there's not going to be another one.
Oh, so there's only 2?
There's only 2, and they've each got a touchdown tonight. Actually, Antonio's got 2.
Yeah, they got
defensive and offensive. 3
touchdowns, 33-0 here. We'll see. They keep switching these guys out. They're getting me here. PAT up and good.
Good.
So 34-0. Garrison leads. 9:14 left in the first half right here on NSN. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Back here on NSN as Garrison set to kick off once again here. And another kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback.
So I don't know JT Reagan, the 5'10", 150-pound freshman kicker for the Bulldogs, but he just put one in the end zone. First off, that's impressive. Second of all, I played a JV game at Garrison a few weeks ago. And we got there after their walk. We weren't playing Garrison's varsity, so they were finishing their walkthrough, and he stuck around. And I sat and watched that dude sit out there and kick and kick and kick and kick and kick after practice. It's impressive to put that kind of effort into it as a freshman. And now he's come through here, and they'll need some big kicks along the way if they're going to make a run.
Well, at the 2A level, having a kicker is a bonus.
A kid that wants to work at it.
So, be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Leon. And in motion, it's going to give him the carry. That is number 7, Stevens again, and just not much room.
Couple of scores while we're sitting here. Cooper up 24-0 over Frankston, that one in the second quarter. The Lindell Viter score now is 14-7. Winsboro up over Atlanta 7-0. Carthage over Liberty Islo 7-0. And then still West Russ 13-0. So a few scores starting to trickle in. A lot of games are kicking off right now at 7:30.
It'll be interesting to see like how many games are a little lower scoring, be a little bit quicker because of the rain kind of limiting the passing.
Well, thank goodness it's playoffs and a lot of people on turf.
Yeah. And our keeper up the middle, that's our man Mumpers again.
And we haven't seen that a lot out of them so far, with the weather. Maybe that's the way to go, to spread it out a little bit.
But they seem to get this 3rd down and 5 or 6 and just have trouble getting it any closer.
They got the 1 3rd down conversion on the first drive. And then they to interception the next play. But after that, no 3rd down conversions. and they've gone for it on every fourth down.
So here we go. 3rd down and 6, ball on the 24-yard line. Bumper's going to pass. He looks here to the left. He's got Stevens again looking to make a move.
Okay.
Makes one guy miss, but the second guy does not. Wrapped up by Caden Renault.
And if Renault didn't make the play, there were a bunch of other guys there. They do a great job of rallying up. Now, 4th and 2, at least if you're going to go for it, it's manageable, Brett.
This is their best opportunity so far on the 4th downs. How many? Is this the 4th time?
I think this will be the 4th time, yes.
And he's going to keep her up the middle. That's Stevens, and Garrison's has nothing to do with that.
And Yarborough in there again. Imagine that. Antonio Yarborough and Gatlin Holmes. Gatlin Holmes, defensive lineman, 6'4", 185. And Garrison is
6'4". That's a basketball frame there. I bet he's probably a pretty good basketball player.
good defensive end frame for sure.
6'4". Ooh. Man.
Coach Wiley just texted me back and said that JT Reagan, not only a good kicker, but he's going to be one of the next great running backs for him. They got running backs everywhere.
Oh, my gosh. Wow, okay.
Yeah, running backs all over
Is
the
it
place.
what it running back you?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Fakes the handoff and is going to throw this time. Incomplete there. Ball intended for number 9, Landon Pinkard.
Man, 6'3", 240 tight end.
What are they feeding those guys down there, man?
I got to be honest. I've been to Garrison a couple times. I'm not sure what there is to eat there, but I guess Nacogdoches is close enough. They can go find something to eat. Lufkin close around. Pretty good Whataburger over in where's that? It's in Center? No?
Surely they got some home cooking there somewhere.
Got to be. Or they're cooking at the house. Somebody's cooking something for them.
Somebody's doing some cooking. It's a handoff. That's Raspberry off the left side.
Oh, boy,
He's
there
gone.
He
gone.
Yep, great block on the outside by Christopher Shepard, who had a touchdown. Now he blocked so Raspberry can get one.
38-yard touchdown for Raspberry, and it's now 40-0. Pinning the point after here. Man. And the train's coming through. Give them the train whistle after they score.
Got to be honest with you, man. That's a very frustrating train when you're trying to get home. I live here in Jacksonville. I don't like that train.
You either pick to go over the bridge or you try to cut through, and it's sometimes cutting through backfires on you.
Extra point, good again.
So 6:31 left here in the first half. Garrison leads 41-0 right here on NSN. We'll be right back. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we're back with 6:31 left here in the first half. It's been all Garrison here in Jacksonville tonight.
It has been. It has been.
And kickoff again goes through the end zone for a touchback for Reagan.
So the winner of this one, and it's looking at least at this point like it will be Garrison, gets the winner of Beckville and Alba Golden. That game kicked off just a little bit ago. Still no score to report in that one, but I think a lot of people would be looking forward to a Beckville-Garrison matchup in round 2, which seems crazy to me.
That's, yeah.
But You got to play who's in front of you, I guess.
Yeah, this whole side of the bracket, then you have the winner of those two possibly getting Cooper in the next round. This is a loaded bracket.
Yeah, Cooper handling business against Frankston tonight.
Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Wise again on the carry there. Picks up about 3 yards.
And at the end of the day, in the other side of that region, guess who you got waiting for you when you get there?
Bussy and them boys.
You got Bussy and the boys waiting when you get there. So just a loaded bracket. Absolutely loaded. Maybe the best, right? I mean,
There's not. I mean, the 3A Division II bracket's pretty loaded too. Harmony, Dangerfield, West Russ, Troop. It's a pretty good bracket
Catch
too.
it.
Deep and picked off.
it is picked off by
And
Yarbrough.
guess who it was?
Antonio
Yarbrough. His second interception of the night. The only thing he didn't do was return it for a touchdown there. And Garrison's going to take over at their own 44-yard line, 1st and 10. What a game for this young man.
And by the way, it's only halfway through the second quarter. Wow.
Impressive. So impressed with Garrison right here.
You know, this is the first time I've seen him in person. Obviously, I think you too this year. But just to see what all they see, the numbers they put up and the scores they put up, until you see it in person, it's like, man, they got 6 dudes that can go on offense.
Yep. Takes the handoff. They're going to go back to pass. Caught this time by number 9, Landon Pinkard, and crosses the 50. It's going to be marked at about the 49-yard line. So nice little pickup there on 1st down.
Yeah, he'll need about 3, or they'll need 3 on this one to get the first down. And they're doing this in a downpour, Brett. Like,
I don't think it's phasing them at all. They're not paying attention to the rain. They're just playing.
yeah, well, I mean, I guess the point is the way you run football, you got to be able to throw it at some point. We saw the touchdown to Shepard. We saw the pass to Pinkard here. But, man, you get them in a dry game and they can throw it around a little bit more even. Ooh.
Man. Handoff up the middle to Black. He's looking for some halt room, and he just followed his guys. Simple run up the middle there for Black.
Just such a patient run. You saw him just stay behind the offensive line, not try to push anything, not make a cut until he had to. It's what you want your running backs to do. One cut. We see too many guys that like to dance, right? They like to juke and jive. Find the one cut and go, and Black did a good job of that time.
So it's going to be marked at now the Cougars' 38-yard line. So Garrison trying to drive again here. 4:30 left in the half.
And, man, they're running. They got 5 defensive linemen, Brett. I mean,
They're trying. They're getting manhandled up front. This time it's going to be oh, my gosh. It's Raspberry. He's Brooks another tackle. He's still on his feet and trying to just jogs out of bounds, Jeremy.
I don't know if your instant replay's working, Brett. but that cut that Raspberry just made, you need to cut that and give it to some. That was unbelievable. He got the big block there on the kick out from Gavin Pollard, and Raspberry stopped and juked everybody.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable.
That was ridiculous.
By Raspberry there.
Whew. That was a Madden move.
Man, no, they don't know.
That's that little stick.
Yeah, the computer can't make a move like that. They don't know how to program that one. He is that dude.
Is that the Barry Sanders?
Yeah. Unbelievable move.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Davison back to pass, rolls left, looking for somebody. Finds somebody open. Is intended for, looks like number 11 there.
Yeah, Shepard again.
Yeah. Tough catch by Shepard. Tough throw. I mean, it was pretty hard to catch there. I think it was really more of Davison just trying to get rid of it there as he had someone come in his face.
Yeah, he's only 6'3", 190, so it's not like he's a big target or anything.
Oh, you know. You got 10 and 12 guys over 6'2" here.
Man, super impressed with this group. And to Leon's credit, man, they're playing hard. Like, they're doing everything they can up front.
It's just a little mismatch at this point. Davison, hand off to Black up the middle. just dragging people for more yardage. Nice gain there on first down. Going to be marked down about the 14.
My man, Coach Wiley, if you're listening, 51 Gavin Pollard. There's been a lot of Pollards come through Garrison. I'd be curious to know if he's one of the Pollards that's been there for a while. But my man is laying some big-time kickouts when they're coming across there and running to that side. But, man, and the poor D linemen, they're just getting left unblocked, and the trap, here it comes. And, man, head on a swivel.
3rd and 4. Going to roll out to the right to throw. Davison got a man caught. Nice catch there by number 4, Breely Montgomery. And he's going to go out of bounds, pick up the first down, and with 2:34 left, it's 1st and goal, Garrison here.
So Montgomery, their leading receiver on the year, 22 catches for 372 yards and a touchdown. They don't throw it a lot. Hey, I'm looking through the stats for Garrison. You'll love this, Brett.
Okay.
They keep up with their pancakes. And my man Pollard, 20 pancakes, leads the team.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the correct word for that.
Man. All right, the gun Davison back to pass into kind of tight coverage there.
Yeah, Parker Thomas in coverage.
Ooh. Intended for Montgomery, but wasn't a whole lot of room there.
Yeah, man. It's 41-0. I can say this. I wish the kid would have made the play and made the pick. I mean, he played good coverage in the right spot. Just didn't see it coming in time. And now he got, I thought they had Black at quarterback. I thought, man, now we're really going to mess with people.
Davison under center. Hands off to Black, and good job by Leon's defense to stand him up for no gain.
Yeah, great job in the middle.
So now it's 3rd and 5. And the rain is really coming down now. It's starting to get heavy out there.
Number 57, Zayd Marquez. Number 70, Jackson Swallow. The 2 defensive linemen, a sophomore and a junior there making the play. Yeah, you know the range lineman, you can pick it up to the crowd, Mike. That's unbelievable. I'm glad we're in here.
Thankfully, it's going to be a little bit clearer tomorrow, I believe.
It's supposed to be. Uh-oh.
And a pitch.
That's trouble.
And nobody's there as
he fumbled.
Montgomery.
They said he was in. Okay.
Oh, my. Montgomery wide open there. And then
he got hit hard
the
in
ball,
the end zone.
The ball got dislodged, but they gave him the touchdown.
He was in. I mean, it should have been a touchdown. But I'll tell you what. He got hit.
He paid for that touchdown.
He did. You know what? I think he's fine with it. He's fine with paying that price.
And 47-0 now is on for the point after. Is Reagan.
Man, I'm intrigued by this kid, JT Reagan, the freshman. Going to be the running back here soon enough.
And he can kick the ball as well.
There it
Off
is.
the scoreboard it is. With 1:06 left here in the first half, Garrison now leads 48-0 right here on NSN. We'll be right back. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
.106 left here in the first half, and Garrison is set to kick off once again. They've had 7 touchdowns on the night. And Reagan kicks off.
Man, what a kick.
Just
I love it.
Repetitively into the end zone for the touchback. So 1:01 left. 1st and 10 for Leon at the 25.
What do you think, Brett? You want to talk a little, preview some playoff games at the half? What do you want to do?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of that. You got any other scores?
Yeah, we'll go. We'll definitely go over the scores. I'm trying to gather a few up right now so we can have a few to talk about. There's one. I'm telling you, this was a scary game. Atlanta and Winsboro tied at 14. 5 minutes left in the first half. That's a big time game.
Man, that'd be a statewide upset there if Atlanta was able to pull that one off.
Well, maybe.
Handoff up the middle. It's going to be Wise again, I believe. Could be stopped for a gain of about 3.
So I was talking a minute ago about Pollard for Garrison, the offensive lineman. Coach Watley just let me know that Slade Pollard and Gavin Pollard, 2 of the starting offensive linemen, they're cousins. Gavin 6'1", 275. Slade 6'2", 315. Imagine having to feed those jokers at Thanksgiving here in a couple of weeks.
That might be an expensive bill.
And their dads were on the state championship team at Garrison back in early 2000s.
Well, they may be playing for a little bit this year. Of course,
Yeah.
next week will be tough. Wise, handoff again, and it's going to maybe get 1 on second down, bring up 3rd down and 6.
Oh, get up.
It's like Garrison got someone slow to get up. That was 75?
Yeah, that's Jabraylon Jones, one of the starting tackles. And that actually does it.
And that's going to do it for the first
half.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break here. We'll get some things together. We'll be back for a little games update and maybe preview some games for tomorrow right here on NSN. Don't go anywhere.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie, and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. So like and subscribe and check us out.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
Back here at halftime at the Tomato Bowl on NSN is Garrison leads 48-0. Brett Swinney alongside of me is Jeremy Hubbard. And Jeremy, let's talk some other games that are going on tonight in the area.
Man, I mentioned the one big one right now that's, it's not a shocker to me. You said it's a statewide shocker, but Atlanta and Winsboro tied at 14. You forget, Atlanta was top 10 ranked when the year started.
Yeah.
They had a rough stretch during the year, but it is not completely shocking to me that they're able to play with Winsboro.
And they beat Tatum last week, which is the number 1 seed out of their own district. So
And didn't just beat them. I mean
they beat them.
They beat them good, And so, man, I'm curious how it'll play out. But Coach Morton and that staff they do a great job over there. And 14-14, but that's an interesting one. We'll keep you updated on that the best we can. Another score that's tied at 14 at the half. Jefferson and Pottsboro. This is another matchup, Brett, of a game that a 2-3 matchup that features two very good football teams in Jefferson and Pottsboro. And tied at the half, I'm not sure that I'm completely shocked.
It's one of our pick'em games.
It is one of the pick'em games. I went with Jefferson. I think.
And I went with Pottsboro, so we're on the opposite end of the spectrum there. So
right now, I guess we're both equally wrong, but I mean, I'm right and you're right, or we're both wrong, however you want to look at it. But there's another shocker to me a little bit. Second quarter score, Malakoff 14, Maypearl 0. Here's the thing. We know the weather. We're in Jacksonville, so everything pretty much on us and west of us is getting hammered with rain. We know that. And so that plays a factor in it. I'd be curious to know what the situation is, but that's a shocking score to me also. Cooper up 30-0 over Frankston. I'm not sure that's a huge shock. Lindell 28-7 over Vidor. Lindell's a team. Brett, you've seen Lindell in person, I think, this year, right?
Yes.
I have not, but
this kind of weather is going to favor Lindell. They want to run Clint Thurman a lot. They run the hound dog out of him. He's probably going to get 30 to 40 carries tonight. They got Poe and those big uglies up front. They're going to run right behind them. And so if I'm Lindell, I like this kind of weather.
And that's a team I think they're peaking at the right time, Brett. I tell you, I don't know what the bracket looks like from here to the rest of it for them, but
they would probably get Iowa Colony next.
Oh,
that's a tough second round matchup. State ranked Iowa Colony. They've basically got 5A numbers. They're a new school in Alvin, and they don't even have I don't think they've had a graduating class yet.
Huh.
So I think they're projected to move up to 5A next year.
But think about who Lindell's beating this year.
It's
right?
true.
Like, I don't think Lindell's scared of anybody.
No, I don't think they are. But that's just a tough second round matchup. You get somebody that strong.
Carthage up 21-0 to Liberty Ilo. Not sure that I'm surprised there. Maybe that it's not more than 21-0 at this point. Liberty Ilo is. I would say up and down. It's been a lot more down than it has been up.
Well, and it's Carthage, so I mean,
here's the score that shocks me so far, Brett.
What's that?
Honey Grove over Ore City, 34-0 in the second quarter.
Honey Grove's good.
Honey Grove is good, but man, we talked about them during the year. Like, they played nobody in the year, right?
Well, I tell you who they're going to play pretty soon. That's Timpson.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Well, it won't be 34. Well, it might be 34-0, but not for them. Maybe not for them. And the last score we had still was West Rusk over Redwater, 13-0 in the first quarter. But how about this one? How about Lovelady only up 8-0 over Carlisle at the half?
Wow, that's we've talked about Carlisle being a little bit down this year, but wow, that's impressive.
I think what's crazy about that to me is Carlisle, before the year started, I remember on our preview show, we sat and talked about them for so long about how, man, they're going to play this tough non-district schedule. They may go 0-5, 1-4, whatever. When they get to their level, they'll be fine. And they really weren't. Like, in the district, they lost to Overton. They lost to Mount Enterprise. They lost to Tenahall. They sneak in as the 4th seed, and they're hanging around against a state-ranked Lovelady team 8-0.
That's impressive. Yeah, we look at this bracket. Honey Grove, you said, with Ore City. Centerville, West Mean is who they would play the winner of next round, that game. So then on that same bracket, you got Harleton and Wolf City, and then Timpson and Corrigan Camden. That's in that bottom half of that Region 3, 2A Division I bracket. So, I mean, a lot of good ones out there in this bracket. I mean, that top is top heavy, though.
A couple of other scores that are going on tonight. Dangerfield's leading New Waverly 14-0. That one was listed as Friday, but we got scoring going on right now on that one. So either somebody's doing like practice, they got points in the walkthrough, or that was actually tonight. And another one that looks like going on tonight, we mentioned Overton. They're leading Evadale right now 6-0. That was in the first quarter.
I sure hope the Overton Mustangs can get them a playoff win. They've had a really good season. They deserve it.
Man, don't you want them to do so well?
Yeah.
I mean, good. What a story, man. What a story for them to have the year they're having.
You go 2-8, and you make the playoffs on a technicality because Alto's not eligible to make the playoffs last year. And then you come back and actually, got off to a good start, but then when they started beating teams, I think the one that opened my eyes was when they beat Carlisle. We didn't know how Carlisle was, and we saw Overton. Okay, they beat Carlisle, and they started running off these wins in the district. And then a Tenaha team, which at preseason I probably would have picked Tenaha hands down. I picked Overton. I thought they had a legit chance to win. They didn't play. They didn't play well. Tenaha took it to them, but still impressive 9-1 regular season.
Yeah, me too. I took them as well in that game last week, and man, you just wanted you wanted to win the game. But here's the thing about it is, you mentioned the Carlisle game. To me, it was they were just putting up so many points early on. I mean, they were, at that level, if you can score a bunch of points, you put yourself in a really good spot to have some success. So, man, great for them. What are some games you're looking forward to tomorrow, Brett? Like what's the game you're thinking about? Like, man, this is the one I want. If I could see any game tomorrow, which one would it be?
Well, the game I'm going to see tomorrow is where you'll be, is in Brook Hill as they host Arlington Grace Prep. I'm excited to see that one just because it is a rematch. Two really good teams going at it. But if I was to pick a game that I'm not going to be at tomorrow, man, I want to see a game that's going to be on NetSN tomorrow night for free to anyone out there. NetSN.live or our YouTube channel, NetSN. Center and Gilmer, man. Jeremy. That is a basketball coach's dream, right? To see a basketball on turf.
It's almost not fair they have to play each other first. And it's just the way the districts work out to where if you're Center, you're happy to be in third. That means you were the best of everybody not named Carthage and Van, right?
Yeah.
But you get Gilmer in the first round.
Oof.
I picked Center in the game, Brett. I think Center's going to win the football game, but it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'm looking forward to. And, again, go check it out. We'll have the game on NetSN if you're somewhere else or at home tomorrow night. Check that one out. That's one of my favorites. There's so many good ones.
A couple more that really interest me. I know we've talked about this some on some of the shows on NetSN this week. Gladewater Mount Vernon's interesting to me, right? Like,
yeah.
Gladewater is sitting at 3-7, but man, it seems like they just set themselves up.
The CM Gladewater Bears.
The CM Gladewater Bears.
That's
renamed
glorious.
the stadium.
Another one I like, ARP Decab, Jeremy.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, that's a good one. Coach Sminky and company, we did one of ARP's games this year. He's done a really good job in year 2. He's got them in the playoffs, and I mean, that's going to be a good game. I picked Decab in this game only because I think right now I don't think ARP maybe not be quite ready, but I'm hoping they win. I think it would be huge for ARP to win this game. That they're in a tough district. They lost to West Rusk and Troop, both really good teams. So I'm looking forward to seeing how well ARP plays. I mean, you got shout out to Tyler Legacy. They're in the playoffs. They'll be playing tomorrow night. 3-7, but still in the playoffs. First year under Coach Trahan over there, and great job there in district play. He took care of business. Man, there's just so many good ones.
Let me tell you another one that the way the last week of the season played out.
Yeah.
How about White House and Melissa in the first round?
Man, if you're White House, you got to be kicking yourself, right? You had a chance to host a playoff game and have a home game. Now you got to drive and go play in Melissa. Oh, that's just.
I mean,
that's brutal, right? What about the Tree of Pine, Jeremy?
The Tree of Pines.
They're traveling to Lovejoy. That's their present for making the playoffs. They get to go play Lovejoy.
Yeah,
That's huge. I mean, you got to shout out to Pine Tree though, making the playoffs this year, man. That's hey, they beat Texas High last week, so can they beat another ranked team?
No.
2 weeks in a row.
But they've been so hit or miss, man. Like, we talked about it all year long. Like, who is Pine Tree? I don't think they knew who they were. I don't think we knew who they were. But they found a way to get it done last week and get themselves in there.
Tatum and Commerce. Commerce with a big win last week. I didn't pick them to win. I thought I had Mineola last week. Commerce gets the win, makes the playoffs. They get a Tatum team coming off a loss against Atlanta in Week 11. What's Tatum's thinking right now? I mean, I know we've talked about how good their schedule is, but it didn't matter last week. Commerce's schedule, throw it out the window, right? It's anybody can win.
I think the thing about that is we talked about it actually a few weeks ago. when they were getting ready to play against, who won that district?
Which district?
Commerce's district.
Winsboro did.
Yeah, when they're getting to play Winsboro, we talked about that. Like, man, yeah, it looks good right now, but when they play somebody like that, what's it going to look like? And so, I just think Tatum's too good. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of been their MO for a long time. Play a tough non-district schedule, and then see what happens when you get there.
Lindale up 35-14 now, coming up close to the half. Cooper up 43-0.
Yeah, saw that. Newton and Queen City, trying to find a Newton Queen City score, because I tell you what, we got a 48-0 game here. That one
might be.
may get there.
Yep.
Bunch of games going on. It's Carthage up 28-0 now. They're making a move, but cannot find a Beckville score. I'm curious.
Yeah, let's see if we can find one here. I think I had. Let's see here.
I mean, our man. We got some guys that need to be looking at scores here for us.
Where's our crew at tonight? What are they doing tonight?
I mean, Vince, Corey, come on, man.
I thought Vince was going to the game, he said. I guess he probably backed out because of the weather.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, man, I don't think my man Vince likes the rain very much. I think if he's not in the press box, he ain't doing it. I don't blame him.
Yeah. Hey, I like being right here.
I was going to say, would you or I be
I might. I've been in some weather games. If it was a good enough game, I'd get out in the weather and do it.
If it was, I'm with you on that, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
No. I just can't believe we can't find that Beckville score.
I'm going to find it. It's my mission now, Brett, to find it.
Because I've got one that says 6-0, but the score says first quarter 12 minutes, so that's not going to be right.
Yeah, I don't think you start out with 6 points.
No.
If they do, then people are really in trouble.
Can you get a penalty and you get 6 points added?
It's not like basketball where you get the tech before the game and get to shoot a free throw before we start. Oh, here we go. 27-6 West Rusk at the half over Redwater. Getting some updates.
Okay.
Here. 27-6. West Rusk, man, that's kind of a interesting story too, right? I mean, it's Coach Harrison leaves and comes and joins me over at Brook Hill, and Coach Mata takes over.
Doing a good job out there. They lost a lot of players last year. Graduated a lot of players, but they bouncing right back.
Turn around, they're 8-2. So it's been a great year for them. So about a minute left before we start here, by the way. I guess we kind of forgot we're still going here.
Yeah, looks like Leon's going to jog back out. Just get dry, and then get right back out in the rain.
Man, you can't really get dry here.
No. So we got about a minute to go. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for the second half. 48-0 Garrison right here on NetSN. And we're back for the second half kickoff here on NSN. Brett Swinney here with Jeremy Hubbard, and we'll see what Leon does here. They're going to onside kick, and Garrison's going to field it and immediately get down. Ball is going to be fielded there. Was that by? I can't see the number there. It's like number 21 for Garrison. That is Caden Renault. And Garrison will take over, dare I say, one of their worst field positions of the night. They're on the own side of the 50 on this one, Jeremy.
Well, they've had a lot of success, and there haven't many times they've been on that side of the field.
So here we go. Clock rolling here. Handoff. That is Raspberry. He bounces outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and now he's going to look like pick up the first.
So more of the same so far.
Yep.
For Garrison.
One play, one first down.
Well, we talked about that 10, 12-yard average. And there it is.
So first down and 10, ball on the 41. It's like the 42-yard line for Garrison. Davison fumbles the ball and picks it up, and that might be the first bad thing Garrison's done all night, Jeremy.
Yeah, they've had one play they lost a yard, remember. Cotton Brigner and Parker Thomas on stop for the Cougars. And, here's the thing, right? This is what I hate about the playoffs, but also love it about the playoffs is knowing that for some of these guys, this is the last half football they're going to play, right? And you're going to see some passion, some energy they're going to play. No matter the score, you're going to play hard in this moment. So, but you hate that for those guys, and you hope they continue to play hard here at the end.
So we got second down and 11 now for Garrison here. Davison pitches behind him to Black. Black looking for a hole and not finding anything.
Man.
Nice defense there by the Cougars.
Yeah, it's Brigner again, the linebacker. He's just a sophomore, and he's stepping up here and making some plays for him.
Some spirited defense here to open the half here for the Cougars.
It's a great football name, by the way, Cotton Brigner.
Cotton. So third down and 9 from the 41-yard line. As you just can hear the rain on the broadcast here. It's coming down.
It's actually starting to affect our windows in the press box, which is kind of crazy.
Davison back to pass. Has got a man. Caught across the middle. That's number 4 for Garrison, Montgomery. And they move the sticks. The rain's not affecting them much in their passing game.
It's not. 5'10", 160-pound senior. What I love is as big as the offensive line is, as powerful as the running backs are, the receivers are little guys, and, man, they just find holes, and it is good luck trying to catch us.
Well, you can't tackle what you can't catch, right?
Absolutely. Been there, done that. I had to chase Adrian Peterson around in high school. That, as you could probably guess, that didn't go well.
I was going to say, did you ever catch him?
Twice, but he fell into me both times.
Handoff up the middle to Black. He's going to get about 6 on that carry on first down. Looks like Lindale up 42-14 at half, courtesy of our man Brandon Ogden. It's our Tyler Paper correspondent.
We were just talking about this during the half. We got a bone to pick with Brandon. He needs to stop posting all this good food he's eating.
I know. He needs to share the love. He needs to bring us some food if he's going to post all this. I mean, his wife cooks for him a lot, so he's always got something there, and then he eats out really well, too.
Man.
He knows all the good places traveling to all these stadiums.
He does. He does.
Davison fumbles the snap again, is able to recover it there, and then he trips on his own feet. and falls down for a loss back at the 26-yard line. So they've had a little trouble with handling the snap this half, as Davison has. And that time he was able to get it back pretty easily, but then his feet came out from under him.
Well, in all fairness, Brett, it was raining in the first half. It is really raining right now.
It's coming down.
it's biblical proportions at this point. There's a guy building an ark in the parking lot beside the stadium.
We might have to jump on it to get to our vehicles. Oh, that's right. You got dropped off here, so you might have to.
Tell my wife she better bring the pontoon.
And Black just runs through tackles, and he's going to easily – whoa, and he thought he was going to get in, but he took a knee at the 2-yard line.
He slid down there. And
I don't know. I guess they didn't want him – he didn't want to score. Has he let someone else score here?
You know what? If that's the case, I hope so. Who are we going to let get in?
I don't know. We're going to have to find out here, as it's going to be 1st and goal from the 2. Who's in the backfield? You got Davison in there at quarterback, but no way.
Got a running back in
A
there.
lineman? 2 linemen in there.
Yeah.
You going to let the big ugly score it?
Gavin Pollard and Parker Perry. They give it to Perry.
Oh.
And they stopped. Come on, man.
Oh, I love this. He got a yard, I think.
Listen.
Give it to him again.
No. I tell the lineman you get one shot.
Oh, who was it? You guys had one a few weeks ago. Y'all gave it to the lineman.
Yeah, we gave it to Alexander, and
they didn't get in. I was disappointed.
He didn't get in, so we said, no, regular offense. Leave him in there, but give it to the other guy. Give it to Gavin Pollard now. Let him get in there. The difference is looks like Perry's a senior, so it's probably going to be him again. No, we got Pinkard back there, number 9.
A tight end, yeah.
And then you got that's Pollard in there, number 51.
Let's see what they do. Davison. They give it to number 9, Pollard.
Pinkard, yeah.
Pinkard, yeah. And he's in for the touchdown. That's cool. I wonder if they must have said something about that, right? The Black doesn't just slide down the 2 like without knowing. Maybe they talked about they're going to try to get some guys in the end zone.
Well, that's cool, man, if it's true. I love that. Guys looking out for each other. That says a lot about –
That's a team game right there.
That says a lot about why they're in the situation they're in, right? When you got guys willing to do that for each other, that's cool.
So on for the point after is Reagan again. And the kick is up and good. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the lead is now 55-0 for Garrison. We'll be right back on NSN. That touchdown was sponsored by Precision Scanning Services. Precision Scanning Services specialize in EMI inspection and hydro testing in the oil field industry. Give them a call today at 432-269-8544.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Back here on NSN as we had one of our most exciting moments in a while, Jeremy, is that 43-yard field goal from Reagan. Would have been good from 50, I think.
Man,
On your leg.
Yeah, he smoked it in the rain.
Oh, it drops there, and it's going to be returned by Leon's number 2, Landon Thomas.
And Garrison put some guys in. So I told you I played a JV game against these guys. I see some of those guys rolling out there now, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty cool they're getting a chance to experience it.
Yeah, it's great for them. You know, next year may be their turn to play in varsity. Gives you some playoff experience.
When you see a freshman wearing number 99 roll in the game, Brett, it's a good night. It's a good night. And hopefully now it gives Leon a chance to have a little success here. Maybe get some points on the board here before we're done.
5 minutes to go. Clock rolling here. 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle for Leon. I think that was, see if that's Wise there. No, it's going to be, looks like that was Stevens again. They've been, I will say though, for doing the broadcasting, the white on silver, not ideal.
No, it's tough. And we're fortunate that it's darker silver. Like, there's some schools that wear, like, reflective almost. And I think that's been outlawed, so they won't be doing that anymore. But
the ones that are hard for me is when they roll up their jersey trying to show some, like, you know, the stomach muscles there.
Show the abs. Yeah. I do that sometimes.
Carried by number 12, Brian Wall there.
You know, the officials, I know in varsity games that we've been in, have really made a point to make kids pull their jersey down.
Because some of those 3s and 2s and some of these new style, the I guess the more rectangular square style numbers, they're really hard to see.
Yeah, they're making guys cover back plates and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, there's been a lot of jersey regulations come out of the last couple of years. I mean, the NFHS and UIL have worked together, and TASO have worked together to come up with some policies on that.
So 3rd down and 1. Handoff up the middle. That's Stevens again. He's taken down by number 1, Christian Clark. Was able to got the first down.
Yeah, get a first down. Keep it moving. I like it.
Clock rolls now. We're at almost 3 minutes to go here in the game.
Tell you, Brett, I see that Dairy Queen over there across the street. I could go for a belt buster right now, maybe a Blizzard.
I was thinking Blizzard myself.
I think it's going to be a little colder when we get out there than it was when we walked in. So maybe, I don't know about that one.
Hey, but when I get in my warm car and I make my trek home, I can eat that on the way.
That's right. Make Rob drive.
He is driving, so Stevens on the outside after a little pass from Bunkers and got a little bit of space. Maybe he's going to get 2 or 3. He drives the long trips. He likes driving, so.
Okay, well, hey, that's great for you.
I let him drive.
Man. We're getting guys in the game for Garrison that aren't even on the roster, so.
That's even better. That's even a better night whenever there's guys that aren't listed on the roster in.
And the clock just over 2 minutes. What a performance by Garrison, man. The first, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, it was, man.
Did you get to go back and see Corey's little rant on the show before you came on the other day? Did you get to see it?
No. Now, you posted the link on Twitter maybe that said Corey's link, and when I went there and I was trying to rewind it, and it took me back for, I don't know. I haven't got to see it yet.
So it was basically like, play like your mama just lost 50 pounds and someone called her fat. Play like someone stole your Christmas present under the Christmas tree and it was a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 6. Basically, that's how Garrison played tonight. They just punched Leon in the mouth right off the bat. He was talking about Chapel Hill game is what he was talking about. But I think this comes into play. They came out and just punched Leon in the mouth right away and said, "This is our game. We're taking it."
I'm confused. play like your mom lost 50 pounds and somebody called her fat?
And you're ticked off.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, a nice pass deep. It's caught by number 12, Brian Wall, and their biggest play of the night here with under a minute to go in the game.
Yeah, hurry up and get up there and let's run a play. Let's get you in the end zone.
But, yeah, you'll have to go back and check it out. It's hard to do the Corey. Corey's got it's great. But he just, I mean, it was a great little minute of his rant. But the basic premise of it was play pissed off, basically.
Well, that's fair. I mean, that you probably could have just said that instead of talking about your mom being fat. I don't even know.
It was funny. It was
PlayStation 6s.
Yeah. Well, that's just like if someone put something on the tree that you wanted for Christmas and they stole it. It also said, pretend like you just got a brand new car and your ex-girlfriend came and keyed it.
Oh.
I mean, can you imagine?
All right, now I'm following you.
Okay.
That's going to do it. That's going to be the –
But like you just got a new gym floor and someone just took knives and like scraped all of it and messed it up.
It's really not funny because that might be partially a true story.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You know what? Too soon, Brett.
Okay.
Too soon. But, man, what a performance for
Yeah,
Garrison.
Garrison, just great performance. It's looking like it's going to be a matchup with Beckville. Beckville game's not over yet, but it is 22-0 Beckville. So if that matchup comes, that's going to be a good one wherever they end up playing. But the score here, 58-0. Garrison just jumped on Leon early. Shout out to the Cougars for a great season. Anytime you make the playoffs, it's a great run. And good luck for Garrison for next week. Jeremy, thanks for coming out tonight.
Man, I appreciate it. I'm anxious now. I'm already sitting here thinking in my head, like, all right, who do we want to play on Saturday next week so that I might be available? If I'm free, man, we're doing it. Just
right.
be ready.
Okay, sounds good. Give a shout out to our man Rob out there in the elements on the camera tonight. Did a great job for us. For Jeremy Hubbard, I'm Brett Swinney. We're signing off here in Jacksonville. We're the final 58-0. Garrison wins the by-district championship. They'll move on to the area round next week. Thanks for watching. We have lots of games on tomorrow night, so good luck to all your teams out there. And don't forget, netsn.live, and go check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/netsnlive. Thank you, everyone, and y'all have a great evening.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. So like and subscribe and check us out.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.